Hello everyone, welcome to the virtual classroom of corporate accounting. In a previous lecture, we have discussed provisions of Section 80 of the Companies Act 2013 and one practical question to implement that provision in practice. After discussion of steps and journal entries, now we are at the point of calculation, a full length question. Generally, these kind of questions are asked by university in 20 marks. So, before starting the solution, let us understand the question first. In the question available on your screen, a balance sheet is given as on 31st March 2019. This balance sheet is given in horizontal form. But as a part of answer, we will prepare balance sheet in vertical form according to provisions of the Companies Act. So it is not necessary that examiner may provide you information in vertical format, but it is compulsory for us to prepare our answer in vertical format. In horizontal format, balance sheet is given in two different parts: liabilities, amount, assets and amount. We all are aware of the format of the balance sheet and items included on liability side and asset side. So it is not new for us. Let us focus on the additional information given as a part of our question. It is given that on 1st April 2019, the company would like to redeem its preference shares, that is RPS, at 8% redemption premium. For the purpose of cash arrangement, company is ready to sell its investment for rupees 5,28,000. The company has issued 4,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each at a 10% premium. This particular information is highly useful to us at the time of step number 3, arrangement of the fund for capital part, which were fully subscribed and paid for. The company issued one equity share as bonus share for every 4 equity shares held as on 31st March 2019. Means at the end of the redemption process, whatever the reserve created by us, the company is ready to issue one bonus share to its equity shareholders. For this question, we need to prepare journal entries as well as balance sheet. Now, come to the solution part. When we will enter into the solution part, we will encounter a few questions. And if you solve entire question step to step, it's a very easy for you to answer any question of RPS in order to secure 20 marks in full. Let us start. As per the information given, the company has sold investment for rupees 5,28,000. So let us start our calculation with the sale of investment. As per information given in the balance sheet, cost price of the investment is rupees 4,80,000. As per information given in additional information, sale price of the investment is 5,28,000. So in these transaction of sale proceeds, the company earned a profit of rupees 48,000. How to calculate profit of this 48,000? It's a very simple: sale price minus cost price. Now we need to pass journal entry for this transaction. And if I am not wrong, these kind of transactions are very common in the accounting. We have sold investment for rupees 5,28,000 and earned a profit of rupees 48,000. So journal entry is bank account debited 5,28,000 to investment account credited 4,80,000 to profit and loss account 48,000. This transaction is not a part of our process, but as we have sold investment and it is clearly mentioned in additional information, we need to sell our investments and we need to pass entry either for profit or loss. As we have finished this transaction, let us enter into the procedure of RPS redemption. As we all know, the first step of redemption process is to make a final call to convert partly paid shares into fully paid up. But in this question, shares are given as fully paid. So in this question, shares are given as fully paid. We need not to follow step number 1. So directly switch over to step number 2. Step number 2 is all about calculation of amount payable to RPS holders. As per the information given to us in our question, we need to pay, we need to redeem redeemable preference shares at premium. Let us calculate the amount payable to RPS holders. First of all, we need to pay them their capital part, 8,000 RPS multiplied by face value 100 rupees, total 80 lakhs, plus RPS redemption premium 8%. Into bracket it is mentioned for your reference as given in our question. 8 lakhs rupees, 8%. Amount is 64,000. So in this way, the company is required to pay 8 lakhs 64,000 to redeemable preference shareholders on the occasion of RPS redemption. Let us pass journal entry for this transaction. RPS capital account debited 8 lakhs. RPS redemption premium account debited 64,000 to RPS holders account 8 lakhs 64,000. It means total amount payable to RPS holders is rupees 8 lakhs 64,000. At the end of step 2, now we are entering into third and most important stage of the RPS redemption process. That is related to arrangement of the fund. Let us arrange the fund for capital part. Capital part is rupees 8 lakhs. And to redeem these rupees 8 lakhs, we need to collect amount either from new issue or to create capital redemption reserve out of the profit. Now focus on your question. In additional information, it is given that the company has issued 4,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each issued at 10% premium. For this calculation, premium is not useful to us. So 4,000 equity shares multiplied by 100 rupees. Total amount comes to 4 lakhs. It means that out of the total requirement of rupees 8 lakhs, the company has collected 4 lakhs rupees through new issue of equity shares. If total amount required is 8 lakhs, amount collected from new issue is rupees 4 lakhs. It means we need to arrange rest of rupees 4 lakhs through divisible profit with the help of creation of capital redemption reserve. Now, how to collect these 4 lakhs? You can check the balance sheet given in the question. There are 3 different items available to us under the title of reserves and surplus. First item is a capital reserve. Second item is general reserve. And third item is credit balance of profit and loss account. Capital reserve is not defined as free reserve which can be used for the distribution of dividend to shareholders. It means we cannot create capital redemption reserve, that is CRR, from capital reserve account. Just to divert you on the other track, this information is given on the liability side of the balance sheet, but we are smart enough to exclude these reserve. So now focus on rest of the 2 items. General reserve is given as rupees 3,20,000. So we will utilize full general reserve for CRR, and still we need 80,000 rupees. So these 80,000 rupees is arranged from the credit balance of profit and loss account. I hope everybody is clear with the arrangement of the fund for capital part. Let us pass journal entries for these transaction. In these transaction, we have issued new shares at a premium. 4,000 shares of rupees 100 each at 10% premium. It means the company has received 4,40,000 rupees in all. So journal entry, bank account debited 4,40,000 to equity share capital account 4 lakhs to securities premium. Earlier it was known as share premium. Securities premium account 40,000. So first part, that is fresh issue, is over with this journal entry. Now we need to transfer remaining 4 lakhs rupees to capital redemption reserve, that is CRR. As per our arrangement, we will collect 3,20,000 rupees from general reserve and 80,000 rupees from profit and loss account. So journal entry is general reserve account debited 3,20,000, profit and loss account debited 80,000 to capital redemption reserve account 4 lakhs. With this journal entry, we have arranged fund for the capital part. So step number 3 comes to an end with these 2 entries. As per the provisions of section 80, we need to arrange even RPS redemption premium part. And for the arrangement of RPS redemption premium part, we can collect, or we can adjust, or we can write off, we can set off, whatever you would like to use. There is no difference in the terminology. You can replace terminology for your understanding. So we need to arrange this fund either from security premium account, it is at first priority. And security premium is not enough, then we can go for profit and loss account. Now check the question. We are in need of rupees 64,000 and we have received 40,000 rupees as a security premium in new issue. You can check journal entries for step number 3. In the given balance sheet, there is no information of security premium. It means it was 0. Right now we have received security premium of rupees 40,000. But we need to adjust 64,000 rupees. And we have 40,000 rupees for security premium. It means that we need to adjust remaining 24,000 against profit and loss account. So arrangement for RPS redemption premium over with this calculation. Let us pass journal entry for this transaction. Securities premium account debited 40,000, profit and loss account debited 24,000 to RPS redemption premium account 64,000. Now we have arranged capital part in step 3. We have already arranged RPS redemption premium part in step number 4. So it is a time to pay amount due to RPS holders. Step number 5. Payment to RPS holders. We have already completed calculation of amount payable to RPS holders in step number 2. And as per the calculation of step number 2, the amount payable to RPS holders comes to rupees 8,64,000. So we need to pass very simple journal entry for the payment. RPS holders account debited 8,64,000 to bank account 8,64,000. In previous question, step number 5 was last step for our calculation. But in given question, as per the information, we need to utilize a part of capital redemption reserve in order to issue bonus equity shares to equity shareholders. So let us come to step number 6 and last step of our procedure. Issue of bonus shares. Before passing the journal entry related to bonus issue, we need to calculate the amount required for bonus shares or bonus issue. As per the information given in the question, we need to issue bonus on the number of shares available on 31st March 2019, means the date of balance sheet. There were 8,000 shares available with the company on 31st March 2009. As per additional information, we have to issue one bonus share against 4 equity shares held. So you can say the ratio of bonus is 4:1. So if you follow this proportion to issue bonus to your existing shareholders, against to 8,000 number of shares. 8,000 multiplied by 1 by 4 is equal to 2,000 number of bonus shares issued by the company. Now these 2,000 is number of shares. We need to convert this number of shares into monetary value. So amount required to issue this bonus share is rupees 2 lakhs. 2,000 bonus shares multiplied by 100 rupees each, that is a face value of equity shares as given in the balance sheet. Now check the journal entry. If I am not wrong, during step number 3 we have created a special reserve called CRR for rupees 3,20,000. But we don't want 3,20,000 over here. We need only 2 lakhs from that 3,20,000. So journal entry for the bonus issue, capital redemption reserve account debited rupees 2 lakhs to equity share capital account 2 lakhs. It means out of the CRR for rupees 3,20,000 we have utilized rupees 2 lakhs, and these 2 lakhs rupees issued in form of bonus equity shares to our existing shareholders. These are the steps we have discussed in order to understand the process. Now as a part of answer, we need to prepare our journal entries in proper format. So this is nothing more than the compilation of all journal entries into sequence. First, we have sold investment, so journal entry for the selling of investment. Second, we need to calculate amount received to convert partly paid shares into fully paid up. But in this question, we don't want to do this as the shares are fully paid up right from the beginning. In second step of the process, we have completed calculation for amount payable to RPS holders. We have already discussed the journal entry over there. It is simply the representation. In third step, we have arranged fund. So this is the arrangement of the fund for new issue. Then we have transferred amount to capital redemption reserve account. Then we have adjusted RPS redemption premium, and at last we have paid amount to RPS holders. And to conclude our journal entry, we need to issue bonus equity shares from RPS redemption reserve, or you can say capital redemption reserve account. With this, our all journal entries are over. We need to arrange all journal entries in proper sequence. In earlier question, we have completed our solution to this stage. But for this question, we will prepare our balance sheet as well. Let us start preparation of the balance sheet in vertical form. We need to prepare balance sheet in a vertical form. So there are 3 different columns: particular, notes, that is a note number, and amount. For the chapter of RPS, we cannot incorporate each and every item, otherwise it would be comparatively lengthy. So we will include items as required on liability side and asset side. First, equity and liabilities. On equity and liabilities, the first item is shareholders fund. Shareholders fund includes share capital. Amount of share capital is rupees 14 lakhs. Need not to worry or need not to confuse about the figure. Let us check the calculation. On left hand side of your screen, I have already put old balance sheet, the balance sheet given in our question. Now when you focus on the given question, equity shares were given for rupees 8 lakhs, 8,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each. But let us check calculation. What happened during the procedure of RPS redemption? Equity share capital, existing number of shares 8,000 multiplied by 100, that is 8 lakhs. You can check over here, it is already given. New shares issued by the company. You need to remember step number 3. We have issued 4,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each. So 4,000 shares multiplied by 100 is equal to 4 lakhs. And bonus shares issued by the company 2,000 multiplied by 100 is equal to 2 lakhs. For the purpose of getting the idea of bonus issue, you need to recall step number 6, issue of bonus shares from CRR account. So this calculation is nothing more than compilation of the data from old balance sheet and transactions implemented by us in order to redeem RPS. Second share capital given in our existing balance sheet is rupees 8 lakhs. But as you all know, we are passing through this procedure to redeem the RPS. So all shares are redeemed. 8 lakhs rupees minus 8 lakhs rupees paid to RPS holders. So preference share capital is 0. Equity share capital is rupees 14 lakhs. So I have mentioned these 14 lakhs over here. I hope everybody is clear with the calculation of rupees 14 lakhs. Second item covered under the title of shareholders fund is reserves and surplus. Amount of reserves and surplus is rupees 5,84,000. I just want to draw your attention that it is one of the most important calculation in the chapter. Why? Because so many transactions are incorporated in reserves and surplus. Let us have an idea of this calculation. Again, on the left hand side, balance sheet is given. Let us start calculation one by one. On right hand side of your screen, I have already uploaded a table, and this table is very much important for each and every student to score full marks. Capital reserve, check the balance sheet. In the given balance sheet of the question, capital reserve was 1,60,000. So it is as it is. Why? Because there is no change in the amount of capital reserve during the procedure of RPS redemption. Second reserve given in our question is general reserve. Check it. General reserve. What is amount given for general reserve? 3,20,000. Now, we all are aware that during step number 3, we need to create capital redemption reserve. And to create capital redemption reserve, we have transferred 3,20,000 rupees from general reserve. So 3,20,000 minus 3,20,000. So the balance of general reserve account is 0. Third item given in the balance sheet of the question, profit and loss account. Amount given for profit and loss account is 2,80,000. Now, to calculate this profit and loss account, we need to go through so many transactions. First transaction, profit on sale of investment, 48,000. We have transferred 80,000 rupees from profit and loss account to CRR. So 80,000 rupees utilized from P&L, so it is deducted. And to write off RPS redemption premium, amount of securities premium were not enough. So we have utilized 24,000 rupees from profit and loss account. If you want to check this item, you can go through your journal entries. Check it. Here P&L account is credited with 48,000. Here profit and loss account is debited with 80,000. Here profit and loss account is debited with 24,000. So there are three different transactions available to us that affects the calculation of profit and loss account balance. So the balance of profit and loss account after this adjustment, 2,80,000 plus 48,000 minus 80,000 minus 24,000. So 2,24,000. These three items were given to us in our balance sheet. But during the course of RPS redemption premium, we have created one more reserve, that is CRR, Capital Redemption Reserve. Capital Redemption Reserve is also part of reserves and surplus. So we need to incorporate this item under the title of reserves and surplus. How much of amount transferred to CRR? You can recall step number 3. We have transferred 4 lakhs rupees to CRR. And out of these 4 lakhs rupees transferred to CRR, we have utilized 2 lakhs rupees for the purpose of bonus issue. To get the idea of these 2 lakhs, simply refer step number 6, issue of bonus shares from CRR account. So at the end of this calculation, 4 lakhs rupees are transferred, of which 2 lakhs utilized. So balance amount is 2 lakhs. One more item available to us during the course of the redemption process, that is covered under the title of reserves and surplus, that is securities premium. Recall step number 3. We have issued shares at a premium. It means when we have issued shares at a premium, we have received securities premium and the amount is 40,000 rupees. Now recall step number 4. At the time of adjustment of RPS redemption premium of rupees 64,000, we have adjusted 40,000 rupees against securities premium. So 40,000 received, 40,000 adjusted against RPS redemption premium. So balance is 0. 160 plus 0 plus 2,24,000 plus 2 lakhs plus 0 is equal to 5,84,000 that we need to mention over here after all due calculations. I hope everybody is clear with this important calculation. So the total of equity and liabilities side is rupees 19 lakhs 84,000. Now come to the second part of the balance sheet, asset side. First item of the asset side is non-current assets. Non-current assets means fixed assets. Fixed assets includes so many items. So let us check our question. In our question, it is clearly mentioned on the asset side. Goodwill, it is 2 lakhs, and fixed assets 13 lakhs 62,000. So 2 lakhs plus 13 lakhs 62,000 is equal to 15 lakhs 62,000. I hope all of you are clear with this figure. Second item is investment. Investment is given in the balance sheet as 4 lakhs 80,000. But as we all know, we have sold all investment to redeem the RPS. So now investments are no more in our balance sheet. So second item for our solution is current assets. Current assets less current liabilities as per the information given in our question. The figure of current assets minus current liabilities, or you can say net current assets, is rupees 4 lakhs 22,000. Don't get confused for these 4 lakhs 22,000. Let us calculate. Again, on the left hand side, existing balance sheet is given. Now we need to calculate the figure. Check it. Current assets less current liabilities given in our balance sheet is rupees 3 lakhs 18,000. Add sale of investment, because when we have sold our investment, 5 lakhs 28,000 debited to our bank account, and a bank account is a part of current asset, 5 lakhs 28,000. Again, we have debited rupees 4 lakhs 40,000 at the time of issue of new shares at premium. Simply recall step number 3. Bank account debited 4 lakhs 40,000 to equity share capital 4 lakhs to securities premium account 40,000. When you recall journal entry, automatically you will be clear that in this particular journal we have debited 4 lakhs 40,000 to bank account, and bank is part of current assets. So total amount 3 lakhs 18,000 plus 5 lakhs 28,000 plus 4 lakhs 40,000 is equal to 12 lakhs 86,000. And we have paid rupees 8 lakhs 64,000 to RPS holders. Just recall step number 5, payment to RPS holders. What was the journal entry? What was journal entry? RPS holders account debited 8 lakhs 64,000 to bank account credited 8 lakhs 64,000. So the bank balance reduced by 8 lakhs 64,000 as and when we have paid amount to RPS holders. So the closing balance is rupees 4 lakhs 22,000 that we have exported over here. I hope everybody is clear with the calculation of net current assets. Only 2 items are incorporated on asset side of the balance sheet. So total of the balance sheet is rupees 19 lakhs 84,000. I hope everybody is clear with the entire solution. I am expecting a full question of 20 marks in final examination, which includes so many transactions like this equation. So please solve this question very carefully, once, twice, thrice, and be confident to solve questions of this chapter in future. Thank you. God bless you.